Hello guys, and welcome to another session of She Who Will Feast campaign. We have already started to deal some damage to the humans with this little plague. So far it's not that much, but hopefully we are going to be able to actually deal quite significant damage to this kingdom, the biggest human kingdom in the world currently. And this is going to be primarily the job of the supplicant to continue working in this area. In the meantime, the seeker will be working on gaining their secrets to summon the Shakot, and also might help out with the plague on and off. The cursed one is going to be working on starting the daughter's ritual, which is going to be the nail in the coffin to the Queendom of Wits. Interesting name. Probably, yeah, with the plague and this majority of this kingdom will be destroyed, though humans might be able to surprise me. They have still some quite significant armies in some places. So hopefully this will be enough. And after that, this should be relatively quick, though we will need to set up the ritual. So we shall see how we will get to it. Perhaps the courtier will have to get in the area. You will see why. And after that, I think the courtier and the cursed one will be focusing on the elves to start doing something against them, because the elves can be a real threat. As you can see, the humans only have armies in their cities. The elves have militaries in all of their settlements, which means generally they're far more... The armies are not as big as the human, but in the end they're anyways usually much more militarized than the humans. They can be a real threat because they can still join the alliance against you. So yeah, a lot of stuff to work on. Auto saving, okay, good. And nothing happened in this turn, which kind of rare, to be honest. So I think those guys are still working. I think I'm just gonna let this guy work on it. Or do I spend more power on it? No, I think it's delaying him by 3 turns. It's not worth it. Swarming vermin. The supplicant is having some problems with rats, which... if the character was the Baroness, she could actually control the rats. I think he can just take the HP hit. Yeah, it's fine. And am I being targeted by some kind of rat god? Seems like to be the case. Okay, that's fine. Just taking some damage, it's not a big deal. They don't heal on their own, but you can just take the challenge resupply that takes 3 turns, and that's all it takes. We got to cultivate. Jeez, this guy made it to this city where he was supposed to lay low. And we shall see what we'll do with Courtier next. The cause could use a bit more money because we are actually running a bit short. And I will want the Cursed One to get some more equipment and probably get some good mercenaries as well. And this will take cash. Unfortunately, even the Doomsday requires cash to work. So now the supplicant should be sitting around somewhere. Luckily, we have those handy ruins right here. And now we have a nice plague. They actually started a quarantine. Is it the kingdom-wide quarantine? It just might be. Yep, that's not ideal. I think it prevents spread of the plague. Yeah, slows down the rate at which plague spreads. So that's annoying a little bit. We did manage to spread it to most of the locations of the kingdom. Actually, no, it didn't start spreading over here just until now. We have enough death here because of the plague, and now with the catacombs. Catacombs also gather dead from all surrounding regions, and this convent is neighboring to a lot of regions, so that's actually pretty good. It would be a lot of work for the Seeker. Okay, Now the cursed one is going to do their job over there. So now the courtier is... no, it's just the profile, so... might wait a few more turns. Baron switched to calling of Pattis, and... I don't think he had any previous faith anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Supplicant is almost finished. Someone, it's a dwarf and shadowing. Queen became 100% aware. A queen of a farm. So I think that's fine, though still the second biggest kingdom has a queen with awareness, which is a problem. Actually, we could try to assassinate her, which would render all of the attempts by the chosen one to make her to make the queen like chosen one would backfire. We also have some unrest in this area. I don't think we have resources to actually start working in the north. At least not for now. Okay, so he's finished. And Courtier, I think Courtier is going to be running out of his usefulness because he's really focused on intrigue. But even though usually there's a lot of work for agents with intrigue because there's a lot of infiltration to be done, I think the way the game plan is kind of out ends up for us is we're not going to be needing to do that much of it because we're not going to be setting up Shadow Empire, which is usually what takes the most infiltrations. So I think maybe he will be just used for an assassination somewhere in the area for now. So let's start moving him towards a quiet village somewhere in the south where no one is going to be suspecting anything strange happening. Got some hero redeemed, that's not a problem. Got arcane knowledge, excellent. We can influence the order. Okay. Alright, it's all coming together. And now they're no longer human favoring. Just neutral. Excellent. So now you could just do the Secret of Arcane or Study of Blood. Oh, we can use... Oh yeah, that's because we can use the secrets of the arcane to just learn normal magic. But... And blood magic is a bit cheaper because it's not as useful as necromancy and elemental magic. So we could, or we could just do the Secret of the Arcane, which is the Seeker special ability towards the Shoggoth. But we have the Secret of the Arcane is not going anywhere, so we can do it whenever. But we have all those dead here. We also have a fair amount of unrest, so do I start working on the unrest to be able to do Secret of Madness? We need unrest above 150. That's quite a lot. There was something that can give us unrest from 1/3 of the existing plague level. So we could increase it by 50 over here. Start getting... yeah, that might be something I actually focus for now, because that's quite important as well. I think we will need the Shoggoth. Lowering the immunity would be very important. They are having some problems with agitation, but that's not long term. What do I work towards? Surprised some of those places are still growing. How much is it decreasing? It's for every 50 levels. Yeah, so in about 10 turns it's actually going to stop spreading of plague in this area. So other places are not as far. The quarantine is really going to be slowing us down here. It needs 140, I guess. It's kind of cut off, but I think... yeah, it needs 140. There's no immunity. The ruler here sucks. It's despite looking like an archmage. He sucks. So excellent. I mean, actually, both of those guys are free. What is using more menace? Spreading terror. Terror panic doesn't need any menace basically, but it requires command. And supplicant has way more command. So he will work on this. And do we just spread more plague here? I think we do. Or Secret of Death. It's going to just 4 turn. Yeah, let's just do it. It's really fast. So a lot of thinking, but okay, the first daughter. We are... The application of a human soul modifier. And more daughters will boost the power of the first daughter, which is what is going to be. Arid Desert Dry, which is a human soul modifier. We have this one. They begin summoning the first daughter. Extremely powerful asset, which can devastate nearby human civilizations and not human as well. So that's why we will be using... We could just use the cursed one to kill someone and get the soul in this way. But I don't want to be stacking up menace on the cursed one because there will be a lot. I think we'll be using her for a long time because she's just really good at fighting, at really good general stats as well. So the cursed one usually is one of the agents I want to keep for the longest, and I think stacking a bit more menace on the courtier is going to be fine. How far is he? Probably. This is quite a significant map. Yeah, quite far away. So she could work a little bit on the plague in the meantime, I guess. Yeah, maybe fuel the fire a little bit. It's in detailed view. It's in the detailed view? What? So like this. Let's see, I could try and poison someone. Actually, perhaps wouldn't be the worst idea. Oh, she just stopped working on the disease, which is excellent. Actually, everyone's just kind of stopped working on it. Oh yeah, the plague I think is not going to be increasing anymore in this area. No problem. Okay, let the supplicant work on fueling the fire, and then the cursed one is going to be bringing the panic from the plague. Secret of... Excellent. This is actually going to be taking significantly longer, so let's let it wait. Do I spread more plague here? I could. There's no immunity in those areas anyway. Yeah, I think it's fine. So the cursed one made it. Spread a little bit of panic. Got more wards. Doesn't really matter. We're not working on spreading shadow anywhere. Shadow driven back. Yeah, shadow in the cathedrals. You can desecrate cathedrals, which can be pretty nice. But in this situation, it's not really important. We got Shadowman spreading. I'm not sure where it's in Shadowman. It might be coming from underground. We have a lot of power, and seal breaks next turn. We have someone we want to slow down. And actually, we will definitely want to infiltrate a settlement over here, just to make assassination a bit easier. Hero redeemed. Orc suppression. Got more power, no agent still. Oh, this is actually the stronger horde that got suppressed. Lightbringer, enter I as I came, and like killed the orc leader over here. The orc upstart, which the orc upstarts don't have lucky life because they're either killed by heroes or they're killed by you to get the banner and take control of the horde. So usually they end up just dying anyways. Okay, I would really want another agent, but that's probably going to be a while. Do we have enough gold for this? Let's try to get something good. I mean, it's not terrible, but the cursed one will actually be having all of their equipment with fighting stuff for the most likely, as soon as we get at least something. Opinions weight, novel strain. So it's still not going to be spreading. Are those guys treating? Yeah, they're treating the disease, and the mages guarding a prince with this guy and treat disease. Yeah, we have some guys who are actually working actively. This guy dislikes disease and is actually pretty good at stopping it. Not ideal situation. How much damage are we dealing? Yeah, really nice if it was actually spreading over here as well. Yeah, we are definitely weakening them a little bit, but I would want it to spread a little bit more. The quarantine is ending in 8 turns though. And they might actually do it again. We're having some problems with political instability because it's not, they don't have enough time to actually have it run down. Like, big kingdoms usually will have a civil war eventually, though it might be too late for it to matter. By 20%. Well, it's something. So now it's 72. We need... Oh, the plague actually decreased. Yeah, this guy is really working on... And now they're reducing unrest here as well. And we don't have a fighting agent to really stop them from doing all this stuff. It is keeping the heroes busy, but it doesn't really help because they're being kept busy doing actually stuff that hurts us. So that's not really an ideal solution. And we will really need to have unrest somewhere. We try to work on it some places. Like, there seems to be some unrest over here, and you can use this lingering resentment. This is caused by the ruler doing the local action, like, yeah, brutal crackdown, and you can try to exploit it with organized dissent. I think this is, yeah, you can use it to decrease security and increase the unrest even more, which could be something to be done. We don't have that much command on anyone. Yeah, this guy is way too good at reducing unrest, so preventing him from doing this is not going to be help. It's not going to help much using the power. Yeah, lay low for now. People becoming aware. This is going to be happening more and more as the time goes on. And usually there's not much going to prevent it. Oh, there's actually... The Seeker is actually needing way more time than... Oh, do we have any more places we can sit around? Points of interest. Ancient ruins. Not really that close. No, a bit more to the north. Not super close, but it's not terrible. Right here. Could also have someone... Yeah, I would really want to have someone visit the ruins for a little bit, but... we don't have the manpower. The ward is too big to have manpower to spare. We're not getting to 150 unrest. At least not for now. Not with those guys actually working on decreasing it. Now that I look at this, those two continents are not that close because there's those ruins are kind of out of the way, but it's not actually that terrible. The courtier is almost there. He will start working on the assassination. And I think, yeah, there are ruins right there. So yeah, let's work towards there. He's here. And let's do a subtle assassination to just take 6 turns. Hero redeemed, no problem. Lay low. And laying low, yes. Another queen became aware. This queen became aware. Oh yeah, it's the guy. We might want to kill her. Though this kingdom is going to be hit quite hard in a second. And that's really good as well. Family flying to the shadow. Oh yeah, because one guy is enshadowed, he's spreading this to other people in his family. Sometimes useful, not in this case. Like the character-based events are less relevant when the world is really big, because there's so many characters and it's less and less likely they're actually of some relevance. We can spam some infiltration power on places with the religion that I care about, just to get a bit more points. We're getting power really fast, like 1 point every basically 4 turns. Okay, laying low, laying low. I think the current priority is going to be actually getting somehow enough unrest, but those guys are working too hard on it for me to actually be able to do something about it. So we're missing... We could have the Seeker just start working on the Secrets of the Arcane. I don't know, like spreading madness is something you can do with some setup, but I don't think we're going to be able to do it anytime soon. The quarantine has finished, and there are some places in the area that have pretty bad rulers when it comes to lore, and they are not getting any plague immunity, which is really good. So the plague is going to be spreading there quite easily unless the heroes actually do something about it. Yeah, over here they're doing a lot, especially the queen is pretty good at lore. She likes religion and madness. And this is something open-minded, likes madness. Well, in a way, I suppose. I'm still thinking about a good place to work on this unrest. There's sure enough plenty of unrest in the area because of the plague, but that's not enough really. Especially not when there's heroes actually actively working against it. Or do I go north and try to push something over here? And this guy is trying to reduce unrest. This likes combat in my homeland. So this guy is annoying. And yeah, because I didn't really pursue combat ability for my agents, I'm kind of behind because I don't have any minions, I don't have any equipment. The Cursed One would still be able to put up a decent fight just because of her petrifying gaze, but that's not going to be enough to actually make sure to kill some people. And also, killing too many people is a good way to have your own agent killed, because eventually, like, nations send armies after your agents, basically. Which is... Yeah, you can have your... This is like a valid strategy, is to have one of your agents be so infamous, half of the world's agents will actually follow to kill him, and he will just keep running away. It's a good way to keep them all busy. Yeah, he's just about to be dead, and then we can spawn the sister, which is going to deal huge amounts of damage in this area. So there's not going to be unrest here if they're all dead. There might not be any heroes. Well, this guy is not as likely to reduce unrest, and he is in the area. What does it require? Well, command. Yeah, the Seeker is terrible at command. Okay, you just do the arcane. Can influence the order again. We are starting to get into the interesting stuff, but I think I will increase the preachers for now. We need a bit more spreading of the faith. How are we looking? Yeah, you can definitely... I think it was in just this city last time we looked, and it's in 2 more over here. It's definitely spreading. They are starting to border this faith over here, but it's much smaller, so that's good. And this one, is it the same? Is it Calling of Pattis? It actually is. I think that's interesting. They don't really see the faith expanding like this all over the place, but sure. We could try to fuel. Maybe there will be some religious war. That would be ideal. Probably not going to be working too hard on... Okay, silently assassinated. Someone is promising vengeance, but that's fine. Autosaving. That was a long autosave, okay. Yeah, not that much profile gained, so can just easily run away. We have a nice little human soul over here. And oh yeah, he was resting in the ruins. Actually, do I just... Yeah, the plague is still doing a little bit of its thing in the area. But we are about to summon the first daughter. I'm not sure why. It's in my mind. I just keep thinking about it's the first sister, which, I mean, it would be a big sister. You'll see. Yeah, there's a lot of heroes actually working on this because it's a big nation. A lot of heroes have this nation as their homeland, and they have bonuses to doing the challenges within their homeland. But now that the quarantine is actually finished, they will do it pretty soon actually. But now that quarantine is finished for the time being, the plague is doing quite well spreading on its own. Yeah, the heroes are getting overwhelmed, so we managed to set up, it's going to be working on its own. It's going to be keeping those guys busy, and there's going to be a second threat. So that's a good way. Setting up a 1-2 punch on the kingdoms is usually a good way to really hit them hard, because they're doing okay-ish against the plague, but they will have not that much to do against the first daughter. Not that first daughter is really a threat that the heroes can challenge, but yeah, so we will be having the 2 punch as the Shoggoth, but we will need the 1 punch against the Northern Kingdom, and I'm not quite sure what that's going to be. I'm thinking about sending up some starvation, but I'm not sure if there's any good target for it. And this could be if we destroy this village. It's supporting 3 towns as well. Oh, this is a really good target. This village, if we destroy this village, or at least deal massive damage to it so it's not being able to provide food to other cities in the area, will be mass starvation in 3 cities. It's a really good target. Don't see really anything else. Yeah, they have this town. Basically 1 point of food supports 1 population. And you can see this town is, without those 2 villages, it still has over 100 food. So it will be basically able to sustain itself. It would have to destroy those 2 villages and this convent. So that's basically not going to happen. Yeah, those guys don't really have farms in the north. And even if they have, the population is so small, it's not even worth it to really work against them. This is a really juicy target. Okay, and when you get starvation, you can start working on other stuff as well. A lot of people are reducing unrest. They are still doing brutal crackdowns. It depends on the likes gold, dislikes dwarf, and religion. And it depends on the character of the ruler in the area, but in here I guess they are just prefer to do it. What was the place where I was thinking about setting up the unrest? Over here? There's 2 lingering resentments. Yeah, this looks like a good place. And this is going to be the last secret we need for this. And this will free up an agent slot as well. It's... yeah, I want to deal damage first over here. Alliance building. This queen is actually being enshadowed quite significantly, even though she's aware. Awareness is slowing down the speed of enshadowment, I think. Oh, yeah, this guy is... now he's going to be building alliance. Yeah, now that both of those rulers are actually into the chosen one, he's going to be working on actually bringing them into the alliance, which I don't want, definitely not just now. I cannot lay low because there's that. Oh, he can wait 1 turn. Let's organize descent. Yeah, she's good enough. More wards. I need to keep an eye on the... let's get something cheap. It's useful sometimes, but I need to keep an eye. Yeah, this I really don't want to happen. Actually, I think I should be using more the Fleeting Servant, actually. And no, Split Shadow is a really good one. I don't really have locations with huge shadows, so it will be a bit of a problem. Yeah, I think we really need to prevent this guy, so we will be creating a shadow and just hitting the Mediator as he's building the alliance. Still, it's going to be a huge priority for him. So, yeah, summon the first daughter. It's going to be taking a while, actually. Of course, a bit of lore, but we had to do it on the cursed one because she got the second daughter. So we need to stack them up. I don't think you can give minions to other agents, which is a bit of an oversight, I think, but something we had to take in mind. Doing some consecrations. Yeah, we are not letting this guy build the alliance. So let's split shadow on this guy. He can hang around. Not really needs to do anything right now. It's too bad at lore. You can just hang around and then attack Mediator as the Chosen One is getting closer to actually building the alliance. We got someone who can... oh yeah, this the morning event. This could have happened on the Chosen One, which would have been really nice. But alas. Yeah, how did the sanity... I remember there was when they go to 0 sanity, what exactly was going to happen? I think they have like a breakdown or something, and something really bad for them might happen, but I don't remember exactly what was it. So 1 more turn over here, 12 turns over here. It's going to be a bit close. Hero redeemed, doesn't really matter. Link low, Secrets of the Arcane, excellent. We actually might just go command for the time being. This here is going to be dying anyways. There's actually a fair amount of menace. Yeah, they need to chill in the ruins for a little bit. Yeah, and now we die. But the chosen one is prevented from building it. He will go back to it, unfortunately. I'm pretty sure, but we have 4 power, we might be able to do something about it. Yeah, back to it. He's really good at it too. I think it's quite likely they will join an alliance. I just can't have it happen. Shadows driven back. Don't remember the alchemist. The correspondent has discovered a gaggle of alchemists. You can add shadow to this location. Actually, this 15 challenge progress is too much. You have to avoid them. This is a problem. Because when the first daughter spawns, the nation's armies might be interested to kill the demon we summon. And if they become alliance, they basically become one nation and all the armies from the north might show up, which is going to significantly increase the power of the southern nation. Because is the southern nation still... It's actually, yeah, it's still the first strongest nation by military strength, but it's, yeah, they have become weaker a little bit. I think it's not showing up the number I had before. Maybe. I'm not exactly sure how this is calculated when the population is going down. In some places, like half of the population died. But not nearly enough. They're still very strong, so even with the plague, it might not be enough. The nation on its own might be able to defend against the first daughter. But we shall see. The chosen one is showing their colors, unfortunately. This is going to be it for this session, and see you guys on the next one when the first daughter, either way, is going to be showing up, and we shall see how effective of an entrance it's going to be, and maybe Shoggoths are coming soon. So see you guys then.